Hi, gang. Big Fig here with that great new dance, the Newton. Hit it, Hal. Gooey, gooey, rich and chewy inside. Golden, flaky, tender, cakey outside. Wrap the inside in the outside is a good darn tootin'. Doing the Big Fig Newton. Here's the tricky part. The Big Fig Newton. One more time. The Big Fig Newton.
He's lean and lanky and he knows how to zoom. Check out Ronnie Barnett's Boom Boom Room.
You know, a lot of people ask me, Steve. Actually, no one has ever asked me, but I fantasize about somebody asking me, Ronnie, was there a Muffs promo item?
Ronnie, was there ever a Muffs promo item?
Steve, I'm glad you asked that. When our first album came out, I remember going to the brass, if you will, and suggesting, I said, I got a great idea for a promo item because we're real cartoony, right?
Yeah.
Muffs lunchbox, right? It would have been wonderful. You'd send out the CD in the lunchbox. Who's not going to love that? And they're like, it's a little too expensive. So then I suggested, okay, Muffs thermos, right? Turns out equally expensive. It didn't happen. We didn't get a promo item for the first record. But for our second record, Blonder and Blonder, we got this. Muff lights for supermodels. And people of
like
our
highlights.
age, Steve. Yes, remember highlights for children.
Yes.
So this is it's small. It's smaller, but it's a Muff lights for adults. And it's full of all sorts of nice activities here. And there's me in a hot dog bun. All right. Who's not going to love that, right? But anyway, word search, all sorts of activities. So yeah, that's our promo item we got. Muff lights for supermodels. And
that's awesome.
They made stickers as well, but they make stickers often. But hey, I'm proud to have a promo item.
Imagine Muffs like little figures in McDonald's Happy Meals.
Oh God, it's my dream to have figures. In fact, we'll go off topic a little bit. I have it here. A friend of mine, Frank, actually made a action figure of me. And look, he made my base with the number 2, which just really almost made me cry. Now the deal with the hair, as you see, the face does kind of look like me.
Yeah, you and David Brenner, maybe.
Yeah. Well, here's the deal with the hair. So Frank sent them a photo of me, and it came back with basically a white afro, like a white. It looked like I shampooed a bald head. It was like bubbly and white, because I got a little gray.
Yeah.
And the chestnut brown these days. Still chestnut brown to me, Steve. So he had to kind of go with the old '90s long hair, and it's very flat and.
Yeah,
it is what it is, but that's an action figure.
That's awesome.
Of me. Yeah, I am proud to have that. Now, Steve, I know you're a rock and roll scholar like me.
Mm-hmm.
Los Angeles power pop.
Mm-hmm.
The LA punk scene and indie scene in the late '70s all point to the first independent show being a show called Radio Free Europe. They ran out of hall in Highland. It was like the Motels, the Pop, the Dogs, and you can look this up, folks. What's not widely known is they made like a little short little magazine. It says volume 1, issue 1. There was never another issue as far as I know. And that's April. So you see like the Motels and the Dogs there and the Pop. And it's got some text here, but it's on newsprint paper. Yeah, the people behind it looks like was the Pop. I see Roger Prescott, David Swanson's name, and Greg Turner, folds out into kind of bios on the bands, and never seen another one of these. Not saying I have the only one, but I've never seen another one.
That's pretty amazing. Especially, now that you look at it, I didn't know they were so closely related, but Tim McGovern went from the Motels to the Pop, or the Pop to the Motels. And then of course, Burning Sensations.
Yeah, I think it was the Pop to the Motels because he joined for the second record. But you can see Martha Davis there. That's a young Martha Davis.
Yeah.
And at the time, she was thought of as, shall we say, not the youngest person in the scene.
Over the years, I think with the Motels, like I really enjoyed the first album, but then like Danger off the second album,
Yes.
that song like blew my mind. And I was a fan even when they got really commercial. And then of course, of course, Martha's solo career. Uh,
Yeah.
and still, I mean, Motels are still putting out cool records, and I'm trying to figure out what happened to the guys from the Pop and how come that stuff never came out on CD.
Yeah, no, good point. Because I know those guys are still around, and yeah, as far as the Motels, they're still great too. She's still got the voice.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Yeah, idol. But yeah, well, I know Burning Sensations were going to actually reunite and play an '80s show last August, which I think is booked again for this August. So Tim McGovern was going to do it again. Tim and Morley, my friend, and they're going to come back. So Burning Sensations. All right, Steve. So moving on here. I'm just going to. This will just prove that I do have some items of marginal acts. Okay.
Okay.
That are still, but I still like the item. Okay.
Yeah.
Now this is not promoting the best record, and this is certainly not the best band of all time. But this is the Quarterflash. Take Another Picture.
Oh, awesome.
Camera. Wow. If you will, you could actually carry this around if you wish.
Wow.
And yeah, I can't. Let's see. I don't. Oh yeah, okay. There's nothing. There's nothing to see when you look through it.
Oh, okay.
But you know, Quarterflash, they have some good songs. Mainly on the first album, not this album.
But it's Quarterflash. That's the important thing.
It's Quarterflash, right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
So to go along with that, and to go along with that theme of camera and records that aren't great records, this record is probably even worse than the second Quarterflash record. This is the Vince Neil Exposed camera, still in the box.
Wow.
Exposed was his second album. It could have been his first. I really have no idea. But wow. It was when he's still on the major label album. So
yeah,
I'm gonna guess it was his first solo album since they made this. You know what I mean? They probably didn't promote them too much after the first one, but still, you gotta love a promo camera.
He's lean and lanky and he knows how to zoom. Check out Ronnie Barnett's.